Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So in today's video is going to be a fun one and one that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I had a bit of an issue which I'll quickly explain. So today's video is going to be where I read Colleen Hoover books for 24 hours. I've been wanting to do for a while because Colleen Hoover books are just so easy, fast paced, you get them done quite quickly and you can normally read them in one sitting, which is why this is such a good video. Now I wasn't able to do this for a while because I pretty much read most of the Colleen Hoover books that I own. So I recently got like 3 more and I want to get them read. So I thought this would be like a great opportunity and a great video. So I, like I said, have 3 Colleen Hoover books right here that I want to read. And yeah, so first one, Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. Obviously, Colleen Hoover video. I have heard so many good things about this one and it's like quite short as well. I recently got this because the cover got changed and I think it's only out in hardback at the moment in this, but I mean I don't mind. And then I also have Never Never by Colleen, obviously by Colleen Hoover. What is wrong with my brain today? Never Never, but this is also by Taryn Fisher and I believe this is like a thriller, like mystery thriller. Then I also have Too Late, which I also believe is another thriller. So I have been looking forward to reading all of these and we're just going to get right into the video. And by the way, I think I'm going to start off with Heartbones. Okay, so it's a little while later and this is way too far down, so that is why I'm having to bend so awkwardly. Okay, much better. But I made a mistake. I finished this in one sitting without doing any updates, which is so annoying. But I just got so addicted to it, like I couldn't put it down. So I'm just going to do like a wrap up a thingy. And what's annoying is I really had good reactions as well, but completely forgot I was doing this video, which is really annoying. So this is about Beha, I think that's how you say it, Beha and Samson. And Bea's mother unfortunately passes away and so she has to go and live with her father. And so she's obviously with her father and then that's when she meets Samson, who is the neighbour. And it all goes from there. But both Bea and Samson have like rough pasts. They have their problems and also known as like damaged people, as you could probably say. And they find comfort in each other and stuff. And yeah, it is a lovely story. Oh, that book is awful when I close it. And I enjoyed the story and the little twist was quite surprising to me. I genuinely didn't think, like I had a feel, not really had a feeling, but I knew he did something wrong, but what and stuff, I don't know. And you know he did something wrong because it hints at it throughout the book. But one of my favourite scenes was when basically Bea was explaining to Samson that like she's never had anyone to cheer her on. So she plays volleyball and no one's ever been there to like cheer her on, be there for her, all of that. So she was basically playing, I'm not going to put a spoiler, but she was basically playing a volleyball game with like 3 boys on the beach and he saw her and he like cheered for her and everything, and I felt like that was like such a good moment and my reaction was good there because I'm just going to reenact my reaction. Might be cringy, but I kind of did something like this, you know, because I just felt like it was so sweet and I felt like that was like my reaction to most of like of the book. But yeah, I would highly recommend this and I didn't honestly feel like I would enjoy this as much as I did, and considering I read it in one sitting and completely forgot that was filming, that don't happen to me many times, and when it does I suppose it's a good sign. So there you have it. But I absolutely love this little like quote thing on the back. It says, "Damaged people recognise other damaged people. It's like a club you don't want a membership to." Like, I love it. But yeah, 4 stars. I decided to rate it because I was between like 3.75, 4 stars, but I was like, I just enjoyed it too much, so it was definitely a 4 star, not a 5 star, because I don't know, I just don't have that like 5 star feeling within me. So now I'm going to start Never Never, and I don't know what this is about, but I'm excited. Okay, so it is the next day and it's Sunday, so it's one of those days where not doing anything but reading. So last night I read up to part 1 of Never Never. That ending was crazy and very confusing. Like the fact that the way the beginning started off was so confusing and like wild. But then I'm just gonna say in the first part you don't like really understand what's going on as such. I'm hoping that in part 2 you'll get more about maybe like what's going on and stuff. But yeah, I am 160 pages in, and I'm just finding it quite weird so far. At the beginning I wasn't really enjoying it because I was just quite confused, but the further I've got in, the further I've liked it. So I am going to go and read part 2 now of Never Never, and I'll give you all an update when I have one. Okay, so it's a little while later and I've just finished part 2 and it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Let's just say that. Like, I don't know how, I've never read a book like this before. I mean, it's a bit wild, let's just say, but I just feel like the farther I'm getting into it, the more I'm getting bored because I feel like it's just being dragged out a little bit too long. But I don't know if that's just like a me problem or the book problem. But I'm going to go and now finish part 3 and I will be back with you. Okay, so I've now finished the book. That was such a wild ride, and the epilogue was even crazier. Now I am quite confused. I don't know. I have been left off confused. It was interesting and it was fun and very different from what I normally read, but yeah, I have been left baffled. So I'm going to quickly read the back to you because I don't know how to explain it without ruining it. So I'm going to read the synopsis so that you can base that off, like if you like the sound of it, just so you know what I'm talking about, kind of, all that stuff. So Charlie Winwood and Silas Nash has been best friends since they could walk. They've been in love since the age of 14, but as of this morning they are complete strangers. Their first kiss, their first fight, the moment they fell in love. Every moment has vanished. Now Charlie and Silas must work together to uncover the truth about what happened to them and why. But the more they learn about the couple they used to be, the more they question why they were ever together to begin with. Forgetting is terrifying, but remembering might be worse. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that there with you. But would I recommend this? Yes, if you were into kind of, obviously mystery, but like, I don't know how to explain it. I would recommend it, but I have decided to give this 3 stars because I did like it, and I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, but like if I knew your taste well enough, and then I think I would. Like if I knew you was into like twisty mysteries and like where you're just confused most of the story, then yeah, I'd recommend it. So that is Never Never, and now I've got to get it. So now I'm going to be starting Too Late by Colleen Hoover. I actually don't know what this is about, but it's another, from what I've heard, it's another like thriller mystery thing, but also she wrote it herself. Yeah, I have heard that this is quite dark. Like, if I remember correctly, this is like one of her dark books, and you have to kind of be in the right mindset. Sloane will go through hell and back for those she loves, and she does so every single day. Caught up with the alluring Asa Jackson, a notorious drug trafficker, Sloane has finally found a lifeline to cling to, even if it's meant compromising her morals. She was in dire straits trying to pay for her brother's care until she met Asa, but as Sloane became emotionally and economically reliant on him, in turn developed a disturbing obsession with her, one that becomes increasingly dangerous every day. When undercover DEA agent Carter enters the picture, Sloane's surprised to feel an immediate attraction between them, despite knowing that if Asa finds out, he will kill him. And Asa has always been a step ahead of everyone in his life, including Sloane. No one has ever gotten in his way. No one except Carter. Together, Sloane and Carter must find a way before it's too late. Gosh, that seems so dark. But I am excited, so I'm going to go and start this now, and we'll see. It doesn't seem like my thing though, it just seems so different, but we'll find out. Okay, so it's the next day, and last night I read all of Too Late, and I have quite a bit to say about this. So actually, I think I'm actually going to move the camera so that I'm on my bed, because otherwise we're going to be here for a while, which I didn't realise. I decided to rate this 2.5 stars. It did start off as a 1 star because I knew that this was going to be like a dark romance. I knew it was going to be the darkest book Colleen Hoover has ever written, but it was one of those things where I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it to be what it was. So the way it started out was crazy, but then the more I got into it, the better. Like, when it was just Sloane and Asa, I didn't like the story, but then Carter came into the mix and I liked it a bit better because Asa is a disgusting man. I should say it. I absolutely hated him. I could not stand him. Whenever I had to read in his POV, I just wanted it over with. Like, any of his, I just could not stand him, and I know that is the point, but I don't know, I just couldn't stand it. But then when it was like Sloane and Carter, I was like enjoying it a bit better, and I could deal with it, obviously. And the 2.5 stars is for like Sloane and Carter, and like the story about them, and like all that stuff. But the original 1 star I was going to rate it is for Asa. That's all I can really say without spoiling it, because obviously I want it to be spoiler free in case you decide to read it. But I would definitely say this is my least favourite book from Colleen Hoover, and like, which is quite surprising. I thought I would love all of Colleen Hoover's books, but it's understandable, and I think if you have read it, or you know you're going to read it, you either do or you will understand. So yeah, that is that book, and I didn't do any updates because I read it at late night, early hours in the morning when everyone was sleeping. Yeah, but I thought I'd a big review of it anyway. But that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked or enjoyed it into the end, make sure to leave this emoji. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you want, it's free, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.